And now for a taste of things to come.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first cast of Steel City Overseer. I am your host, Brad Miller, and joining me today is Michael Day, frequent, player in the local Southern Ontario Magic scene. You might recognize him from some recent top eights. We're currently witnessing a game between Merfolk and Canadian Taxes, currently being played up at Top Games at 1099 Fennel East. So if you have a chance, check them out on Friday. We play Modern, and obviously we record our final match. So, Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so obviously we're jumping right into the action here. Merfolk was on the play, led with the Vial, and has followed up with a Spreading Seas, and the Canadian Taxes player, which is playing an interesting brew with red and white. Why don't you tell us a little about it, Mike?
Yeah, it's a real interesting list here. It's got main deck Blood Moons.
Ooh.
Added into the sort of white weenie Death and Taxes suite. Dahlias and the 2-drop where you can't switch your library.
Leonian Arbiter.
That's the one.
That is a spicy kitty. So as you can see, we're looks like we're just kind of playing some lands and passing the turn while everybody's kind of getting their advantage here from that sexy Aether Vial, and that's a Curse Catcher that just came down. How relevant is Curse Catcher in this matchup? A lot of instance on Ryan's side.
He's running a couple Lightning Bolts, some Path to Exile. So, I mean, unless Ryan's really constricted on mana, I can't see it coming into play too big here.
Alright, so we got some Mutavault action coming into the red zone. And it looks like Ryan is probably going to take about 3 here. Alright, yeah, he took it. Alright, so let's see, we're at 17. Alright, so first blood is for the Merfolk player. Let's see what he follows it up with. Another Aether Vial. They really get a lot of mileage out of the Aether Vials. Oh, here we go. End step, Grim Lavamancer. That's pretty bad for fish, don't you think?
Yeah, Grim Lavamancer is a pretty great card to trade up with all of Fish's Lords, as long as they don't get multiples on the board. Oh. So usually you get pretty diminishing returns from multiple Aether Vials, but having a second one here to be able to drop out 2 Lords at the same time might be useful against that Lavamancer.
That's very true. And look, we got King Kitty here, Brimaz. He's no joke. He's definitely something to be feared.
It's a real house against the limited board we've got here from Merfolk.
Yeah, let's see what Merfolk can follow up with here. That is definitely a big threat. Although Merfolk, if I'm not mistaken, they've got some answers for Brimaz. Brimaz doesn't have any innate protection, so it'll be interesting to see what road he takes to answer that.
Yeah, the Merfolk list here is running some Path to Exiles because it's splashing white, and then it's also got main deck Vapor Snakes to deal with.
Oh, and there's the path that we were just talking about, and that is one dead kitty. That's too bad. He was looking good. Is he going to search? Yes, he is. He's choosing to look for that basic land.
Well, at least if that Spreading Seas was causing him any problems, this will help him get out of it.
That's true. That's very true.
Although the Path to Exile, since it doesn't actually kill the creature and puts it into exile, does mean that Grim Lavamancer is still going to need a bit before it can do any work.
That's very true. Let's see what... we got a Mutavault coming back into the red zone, maybe? What do we think here? He's got that one Aether Vial on 2, and then he's got the other one on 1, so it looks like there might be some trickery happening here if he can sucker him into blocking with the Grim Lavamancer here in the red zone. I don't think that's the right line of play, though. What do you think? You think he's going to block? No, he's not. He's definitely taking it. He reached for that score pad very quickly.
Yeah, the Grim Lavamancer is a lot more useful to him than getting rid of a Curse Catcher or stopping 2 damage at this stage of the game. He does have his Vial on 2 there, so I mean, if he had something like a Thalia or a Leonian Arbiter, he could have had a bit of a mini blowout there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. So he gets the draw. What does he get here? Moving some lands around. Trying to think about what the right line is here. It's a very interesting deck. I like the idea of the main deck Blood Moons. That seems to probably put in some work here, I would imagine.
Well, I gotta say, as a man who plays 3 different colors and loves control, I love and hate this deck at the same time. It's very punishing if you don't see it coming. That's for sure. All
right, let's see if the Merfolk is any more aware of what's going to happen here. Looks like the Merfolk player's got a Vapor Snag and potentially a Merfolk in hand. So let's see what kind of lines of play he can come up with. Oh, he's tapping 3. I think that's the Regery. What do we think here?
As far as Merfolk goes, that's a pretty soft hand. He's only played 2 creatures so far in a Mutavault. Usually with Merfolk, you want to have like 3 Lords on a Mutavault, so this is a bit underwhelming from his side. But he did get the double Aether Vial, and 4 lands can be a lot for a Merfolk deck.
That's very true. We also haven't really seen a whole lot of firepower coming out of the Canadian taxes list here, so
that's true.
It'd be interesting to. Speak of the devil, here comes some action right now. Restoration Angel.
Yeah, Restoration Angel.
That's a good one. That definitely is going to. Well, I think he's going to have some sushi out of that Curse Catcher right now. Oh, we're taking blacks and blocks. He's thinking about it.
Unfortunately, because Regery is one of the few Lords that doesn't give Island Lock, he will have the opportunity to kill off that Curse Catcher if he wants to.
It looks like the Restoration Angel has just had some sushi, so Curse Catcher down.
Now, did we spot a Vapor Snag in the Merfolk hand?
I thought I saw a Vapor Snag. Either that or it's another path. I can't really tell. We can't really see it on camera here, but it looks like there might have been one. I can't really tell from the art.
Either way, I'm a bit surprised he wouldn't use it there just to throw the Restoration Angel back into Texas hand.
Push the damage
creature.
Through?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he did tap out for it. I mean, but maybe he's got a different avenue of play. I think maybe what he's thinking is that Grim Lavamancer at any moment could start becoming a problem, depending on what's in the Canadian taxes player's hand here, Ryan.
Well, let's take a look here. There are some fetch lands in the Canadian taxes list, which could get some cards into the graveyard. Right now, the Lavamancer's not doing too much. It hasn't attacked or blocked.
Alright, so here comes the Vapor Snag that we thought we saw, and that looks like it's targeting the Grim Lavamancer, and that's going to go back to Ryan's hand and lose a life. Interesting line. Oh,
very interesting line.
Okay, so there comes the Phantasmal Image to copy the Regery.
Well, at least that gives him a bit of power on the board.
Maybe he was worried about maybe having the path and then having the extra activation to deal with the Phantasmal Image. So I think that was the line that he was thinking about.
It's definitely possible.
Alright, so we got some thinking here on the end step. With the Canadian tag, Ryan looks like he's about to do something here. He looks like he's trying to respond to the Aether Vial trigger, and we realize we can't do that. So we're putting it back and giving him a thumbs up to take his turn. Looks like it. Maybe not. Yep, we're good.
All right. At this point, if you're going to toss a path at anything, you're going to throw it at the Phantasmal Image, at least deny on the land.
This is true. I think he was trying to respond to the copying effect, but realizing that he couldn't do that after the Aether Vial. Just some free information, nothing too serious, right?
Yeah, now that Merfolk knows about the path, though, it's going to change his lines of play, because this Mutavault, without knowledge of the path, could swing freely into another Restoration Angel, but now it doesn't have that option.
This is true.
Looks like he's still going for it, though.
Looks like he's helping him out by getting those creatures into the red zone. And here comes the second path, or the first path from Canadian Death and Taxes. And here comes another 4 mana for a Restoration follow.
There it is.
How good is Restoration Angel in Modern right now?
You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, you're a frequent player of the Angel. Big fan of the 3/4.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like we're at 10 to 15. Merfolk has still got the life advantage, but the board state is slowly slipping as the Angels come into the red, sort of, and hit. That is now 9-10. Oh, followed up with that Lavamancer that was Vapor Snagged a while ago. And follows up with the Spirit of the Labyrinth. What do you think about Spirit of the Labyrinth in Modern?
It's an interesting choice. I mean, there's not a whole lot of card draw being played right now. It's mostly good against, I'd say, Serum Visions and maybe Wall of Omens. Other than that, there's not too much that is an instant speed like Electrolyze. Right. Or Cryptic Command that's going to be used on your opponent's turn, and so Spirit of the Labyrinth is not going to have a lot of value there.
Definitely sees more play in Legacy, but it's still a 3-1 beater for 2 at the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely.
Which isn't too bad, I don't think, and maybe get the occasional gotcha moments.
Yeah.
And here comes the second path from Canadian Death Taxes, and it looks like that's a concession. All right, so that was game 1. Canadian Taxes is up by 1 against Merfolk, and we'll be joining you shortly again for round 2 with my co-host this evening, Mike Day. So please stick around for game 2.